Ukrainian drones are coming to Iran's doorstep, and they've come a long way. At first, Ukraine's drone tech was pretty basic, literally strapping explosives to the kind of quadcopter you'd buy at Walmart. Now, they look more like this.
Sting, Shahed Interceptor. We've been building it for a whole year, over 3,000 hours of engineering.
This is the Sting. It can chase the enemy at close to 300 kilometers an hour, uses thermal imaging to hunt, and it's marketed specifically to hunt Iranian Shahed drones. Here's the Octopus, auto-targeting, resists signal jamming. This is the Bullet, jet-powered. Its parts can be 3D printed. All of these drones cost less than $3,000 a piece, which makes them the most efficient way to fight Iran's most cost-effective weapon.
They're cheap, mass-produced, packed with explosives, and sent on one-way missions.
It's all about probability, and what you need more than exquisite technology is good enough technology in large numbers.
Ukraine has come closer than anyone to solving the Iranian drone problem because it has spent the last 4 years fighting Russia, which itself relies heavily on Iranian Shahed drones. Parts of the Middle East now want that expertise because they're locked into a war they weren't fully prepared for.
Iranian drones and missiles continue to target countries across the Gulf region.
Iran has launched hundreds of them in retaliation.
To help you understand why Iran's drones are so difficult to fight, let me paint you a picture. In our scenario, Iran has launched a single drone. It's carrying 100 pounds of explosives, which is enough to do this to a $300 million warplane, or this to a US radar installation, or this to a high-rise. They're also relatively small. Some birds have bigger wingspans than these drones, which makes them harder to see. Human spotters are more likely to miss them, and ground-based radar have a harder time catching them because of how low they fly, obscured by hills and buildings and trees. But the biggest problem is that they can be made for as little as 20 grand a pop. So, can you shoot them down with precision Patriot anti-air missiles? Sure. But those are $4 million a shot. Scramble a fighter jet, launch an air-to-air missile, $500,000 a shot. Tamir interceptors in Israel's Iron Dome, still up to 100 grand a piece.
That math is going to quickly spiral out of control.
It's not a one-time exchange. It's not even a 10-time exchange or a 100-time exchange. When you have to be doing this in the order of thousands.
There are other ways to shoot down these drones. Anti-air artillery, Apache autocannons, lasers even. But pound for pound, Ukrainian drones are cheap, consistent, and more importantly, Ukraine has years of battle testing in the field, figuring out not just how to make these drones at massive scale, thousands per day, but also how to use them, pilot them, coordinate them, fuse them into radar feeds, early warning systems to create a single, cohesive, real-time defense network.
They know how to produce them, mass produce them at scale, and also how to tactically integrate them into their wider air defense umbrella.
Nobody in the world has this experience quite like Ukraine. And so, as it fights one war on home soil, it'll now help fight another.